Too Late, All Gone by How to Destroy Angels, Black Milk by Massive Attack, and Heaven Coming Down by The Tea Party. Gotta put these away. Hi, this is your March General Read. Let's see who we're doing that for. Did we do Sagittarius? I don't think we did. Did we? I don't know. Sagittarius, it's your turn. Okay. Well, if we did Sagittarius, sorry, this is your March General Read. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video, including where you can donate to the channel, where you can get a personal reading, and just everything you need to know. If you're here watching tarot, you probably believe in other esoteric things. I am clairsentient, claircognizant, clairaudient. When I do readings, sometimes I hear ringing in my ears. If I do, on the left side, those are messages from my spirit guides. When I hear it on the right, those are messages from people I know that have passed on. It doesn't always happen. Apologies on the nails. They're breaking on me. So I'm taking a break. Yeah. We're going to do, I'm not going to be shortening videos or doing less of a spread. I've decided that I'm going to go back to the old way of doing things, and we're going to do 6 cards in each row for past, present, future spread. We're going to get you an affirmation from the I Am Power Pack. Then we're going to do magnetic poetry. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. If you don't know what those are, you can go to a place like Cafe Astrology, run your nail chart. You do need to know your time of birth in order to figure out your rising sign. What is your affirmation, though, for March? Sagittarius, tell me in the comments section where your Sag placement is. I am wise. Wisdom. Okay. All right. So clearly, this is a time for you. Whoa. What just happened with the camera there? Some weird color thing happened. Anyway, clearly you're called upon to use your wisdom in some manner. Let's go ahead and we're going to use the Revelations Tarot for you. So there's something there that you're too late, all gone. The more we change, everything stays the same. Is something with that. But there's something about your wisdom that seems to be a whole thing there. We're back on the coffee also. Yeah. But yeah. The more we change, everything stays the same. Too late, all gone. Yeah. Keep on keeping on. The more we change, everything stays the same. So you might be looking back over something to that effect, where it's like you changed, or something changed, but there's something that's still the same, or that you know, even though you've come so far with something, something hasn't changed, or you know, it's like it's really like it sounds, right? Yeah. Okay, one more. Okay, and we twist for fairness as always. When we change, everything stays the same. Okay. Past for you. I always take flippers and jumpers only. Doesn't mean that that's the only way to do it. But we did have one that just came out for you right away. 8 of Swords in the reverse. So in the recent past, you have let go of self-limiting beliefs, or taken off. Well, I love that this card does this so aptly. These are by a Japanese artist, I believe. I can't remember. But taken off the blindfold. Freed yourself from a mental prison, but it's really the self-limiting beliefs that come along with that. Yeah, you've been telling yourself something for a really long time, then you're coming out of the past, you know, in a place of freeing yourself from that. Look at that. What else? We will read all of the cards that surround. Oh no, we had a bunch of card vomit, but we did have 2 that flipped. So we'll take those. The Page of Wands, I almost wanted to read that. It's the 5 of Wands for some reason. A Strength card, Leo energy here, having the courage to communicate something passionate. passionate communication there with that Page of Wands. But there was something that you had to have the courage to speak on. This could also have been something that you had to hold your temper on with passionate communication attached to it. Almost like somebody feeling your wrath, or like I said before, is something that you needed to speak on, that you wanted to communicate from a passionate headspace that required courage. Again, like I might have already said, Leo energy on the Strength card there. You're freeing yourself from a self-limiting belief in order to do so. So that kind of tells me that it's probably the courage to speak up about something, or the courage to passionately communicate with somebody in the past, where you hadn't prior, the courage to do so. Coming out of that place where you were keeping yourself from doing so, preventing yourself from moving forward. The more we change, everything stays the same. That could have been a conversation that you had with yourself about kind of being at a stagnant point, because everything that you've changed so much, but everything stays the same as long as you keep yourself in that self-limiting belief, or in a space where, because like normally, and I probably won't be able to find it if I fish around in those cards, but normally, if we have it in the upright, the Eight of Swords is somebody who is surrounded by a berm of swords, yet their feet are not bound. They can walk out of there anytime they so choose. They just choose not to. And they're blindfolded, but they really don't need to be. So this person's coming out of that, yeah? The more we change, everything stays the same. That might even be the title of your read. The more we change. The more we change. I don't know. Let's see what else. Yeah, something that you... it doesn't seem to be an angry communication either. This would be an angry communication. See how this is like the wrath? This is somebody who's saying something that's passionate, but it seems to be something that they want to decree. What else here? The Sun. Another Leo card. Something during Leo season, because we have Strength here and we have the Sun here. So mid-August to mid-September. But it is something that has to do with wish fulfillment, joy, something being brought to light, the dawn of a new day. The dawn of a new day. The Sun is considered the happiest card in the tarot. So this is a joyous thing. This is something passionate that you wanted to discuss, or that you had to have courage to speak on. It was something of a wish fulfillment, or something that it's like a yes card also. In every book that you pick up on the tarot, they talk about the Sun being a yes card, and this doesn't look so demure, does it? Yeah. So something here that was decreed, or that you passionately spoke on, or that was passionately spoken to you, that took courage to do. It's taken you, it's carried you right out of this dark energy. What else? Sag. The more we change, everything stays the same. The Empress. Connectedness with the earth, inspiration, creativity, creative thinking, connectedness with the earth mother, Mother Nature. There's inspired creative action here, Taurus, Libra energy. So timing wise, it could be Virgo season. Virgo season. In between these two is Virgo. But it's almost as if there's something life-giving here. Artistic, nurturing. Or it's something within yourself that is awakened in the recent past. With that Empress energy there. What else? Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Queen of Cups. Could be an individual feminine water sign, or you could have water in your chart. Cancer or Scorpio, I want to say. But typically Cancerian card with our Queen of Cups. Somebody who's highly intuitive, very, very poetic. Somebody who's very emotionally intelligent, but also emotional. This could be you if you're connecting with your intuitive, watery side, your feeling side. There is earth and water here. Earth, water, and fire. But that cup is something that normally, and I'm just going to relate back to the Rider-Waite, because most decks that you'll see online will talk about the Rider-Waite or show the Rider-Waite. Normally there's a lid on that Queen of Cups' cup. Here there isn't, but normally there is. And it's the largest cup, but it's definitely something that's protected. It's almost like there's nurturing, intellectual, like I want to say intuitive, and like it's a balance in between intuitive and intellectual in a weird way. Or it's like the intelligent use of intuition. But the creativity abounds here in between those two, because the emotionality is present. It's also somebody has a connection to the sea. Just looking at this, I don't know why. Eight of Cups in the reverse. There's something that's come back around, or something that you've walked away from in the past that you're returning to, or somebody who's walked away from you in the past who's returning to you. There is reconciliation energy here. This doesn't necessarily always have to be about romanticism. Given that we're right underneath that, freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs, I think that this may have to do with something different over here in this corner. Or it has to do with a friendship, a family member, coworker, that kind of a thing. We'll see. We'll see when we get the next card that comes out. But freeing oneself from the self-limiting beliefs and taking off the blindfold and coming out of a headspace that's not necessarily the nicest. And then in the present, there's this return to the scene of a crime. A return back to something, or what one once walked away from. One is returning to either to better understand it, or somebody else is returning to a situation with you. There's a little bit of a loss of temper here with that. Or there's a need to tame the inner beast when it comes to it. What else? What else, Sag? That too. Sword of Truth. Ace of Swords. I always call it the Sword of Truth. Sword of Truth. With the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's truth there. The truth is something arouses anger and passion and the need for courage in you. There's also truth here. I mean, there's also something about taking something slow or plodding steadily along the course towards one's stability. Has to do with the passionate communication and moving towards happiness. Moving towards happiness is slow and steady progress. You're slowly trying to move towards your happiness and your personal truth. And this is movement, this is action forward. But there's backward movement here. I'll have to see in the future cards, is that backward movement you, or is somebody coming back towards you? But this sword of truth is here. The sword of truth is slow, steady, forward progress, slow, steady, methodical action with passionate communication on its, as the guiding force behind it towards happiness. What else? What else? Hangman. Part of the reason that you're doing so, taking your time with it, is, by the way, this is Taurus, sorry, Virgo energy. Part of the reason you're doing that Pisces energy, so it's interesting that we're doing this during Pisces season, the Hangman, the need for gaining perspective. You're trying to see something from all angles, trying to survey something from all angles. The Hanged Man does not, he's not trapped up there, he's not classically bound. He can get down anytime he wants, kind of like that Eight of Swords you have. He can get down anytime he wants. He's up there for the purpose of surveying something from all angles. Excuse me. In order to understand better. Having this as action behind it kind of is of course, that methodical, slow movement in a certain direction. And I think that's why it's slow, is because of the need to see something from all angles when pushing towards your happiness. What else? It's part of your truth. What else? We had that one. Oh, Nine of Cups. Okay. Maybe this isn't you. This Eight of Cups in the reverse. I'm not going to speak on that just yet because I want to see what we get down here. But the reason I'm saying that right now is because I have this Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is about self-love, exercising self-love so that you can realize personal, emotional fulfillment. And then eventually realize the Ten of Cups. That's why we exercise the Eight of Cups in its upright form. That's why he's, ascending as opposed to being below the surface like a mermaid there. Whereas for you, it's here. Somebody is, reconciling or going backwards, traveling backwards, back to Eight Cups that they left behind them so that they could travel in search of that Nine of Cups. Here, they've gone back to the Eight of Cups. And this is you, I think. Because you're exercising self-love. If not, flip the script and they are, and you're going back to a situation, or you're looking back on a situation, or you're returning to something and they're exercising self-love, especially with that Empress underneath. Either that or, and this has come up for you in a reading before where the Nine of Cups was directly underneath the Empress. Somebody teaching you through the nurturing qualities connected to the earth and all of that, how to love oneself. They encourage you to practice self-love. They're showing you how to move towards your personal wish fulfillment, your emotional fulfillment. They inspire it within you. A part of what you're looking for when you're surveying things from the Hangman is how, and we'll just go with this vein because this is what I'm seeing thus far, is how does all of this connect up and live into that philosophy of self-love? You're not going to go after the sun and your happiness at the expense of your self-love. You have two cards important to note here. You have two cards right there that are about personal wish fulfillment. That Nine of Cups and the Sun. That you're making slow, steady progress towards it. You know what you want. What else? Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is just March, by the way, folks. Ten of Swords. You've realized intuitively, you've realized the need for healing. That there has been great emotional pain. There's nurturing of that is going on here in the present on some level. Intuitively, you know that has to be addressed in order to continue moving forward. You might be going to the sea to heal, or to water to heal, or you might find that water is specifically healing to you. In the future, Sagittarius, I'm just trying to, I don't know why, it's a little bit more cryptic than usual. I mean, King of Wands in the reverse. Okay, Leo energy again. So, and sometimes I read this also as Aries energy, but I typically, these days, I'm specifically propped up on the idea of fixed signs being kings and queens being cardinals and et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, there's a snake in the grass, I'm hearing. There's a snake in the grass. This is a masculine Leo energy. This is the person who's returning back to the scene of the crime, Leo individual. Somebody with Leo in their chart. Somebody revealed to be a snake. When you look back on that Eight of Cups, if you were surveying something, returning back to survey something, this is what the truth is. I have one more card to surround it, but this is what the truth is. You have a very devious fellow here. He's not necessarily the king who presides over things with a worthy, steady hand. He is somebody who is presiding over things in an underhanded manner. Somebody who is defensive also. And is living on the sly side of excess. I'm hearing. Also, the eye is catching me here. The eye. Somebody's got their eye on you. That could be a part of it. It's duplicitousness. There's duplicitousness also. Does somebody come back around at very convenient times, and it seems like rather coincidental, if you know what I mean? See here, we have the eye there kind of peeking around the king himself, but then you've got this individual kind of peeking out from behind the king. It's almost as if somebody comes around at times that seem rather convenient for them. Comes back around, almost as if they know when things are happening. Like, it seems like more than just a coincidence. Tell me more. Like, isn't that convenient timing? That kind of a thing. We have two over here. I have a rule with 3 cards. So we have 3 that I have to... Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands with the King of Wands in the reverse. This is Aries energy. This is a warm, nurturing, especially in the upright, warm, nurturing leadership energy. Somebody who is either a leader in their own right or somebody who is loves animals, is a very very dominant, very controlling, again, a natural leader. The nurturing energy comes through a lot here. There's a very high level of passion and determination associated with them. They wield the wand almost in a more creative, less. So you see the difference in between these two, eh? This person's got their wand up almost in defense, whereas this person has the wand as if they're using it like a tool, as an inspiring, means of expression, or like they're using it for something, like a paintbrush or writing instrument, or to stir something, or to, work in the garden, or it's almost like they're connected with the earth even though they're fire. But far more warming than scorching in their energy. With the Three of Wands and the Six of Wands in the reverse. So Three of Wands in the upright, Six of Wands in the reverse. Right? You're in one of several signs that has gotten the Six of Wands in the reverse this time around, this month. So there's a feeling of defeat. And there's and this Three of Wands connects up with the Knight of Pentacles really well, because it's telling you to take action, but do so from a methodical, slow standpoint. Pace yourself. Pace is the trick. Pace is the trick. But the Three of Wands is a kind of that point where there's a need to survey things and stand back and hold fast before, you might appreciate this, letting go of the bow before loosing the bow. Taking a moment to confer. It could also be hesitation and apprehension of defeat if one doesn't hold off or wait on something. That's why you're attempting to gain perspective. You don't want to lose on something, or you don't want to be defeated on something. You don't want to have to, for lack of a better term, come home with your head hung low. Because this would normally be a triumphant victory and homecoming. The guy's got his, normally he's got a flag with a victory banner. Or it's like a poor showing or a poor performance. And you're trying to see something from all angles because you don't want that to be the case. So there's hesitation and apprehension. There's something that you're holding off on that you haven't moved on yet, even in the future. The more we change, everything stays the same. And it's actually a form of self-preservation here for you, because that Nine of Cups is saying, I love myself, I'm going to protect myself, I'm going to preserve my own esteem, going after my wish fulfillment. Survey the scene before I go out there and shoot my shot at whatever the hell this is, because I don't want to end up in that Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah? What else? Sag. Justice in the reverse. Yeah, you're worried that something won't be fair, or it'll be unjust, or imbalanced. You're worried about a lack of truth, about lies. Worried that something won't worried about something happening where you're defeated or where you lose in a manner that's kind of like unjust or unfair. That feeling of defeat and loss, losing out, either through no fault of your own, or because of somebody else's fault, or because of somebody else's lack of honesty, or because of something that you're a victim of, as opposed to, you know, this is Libra, by the way, but justice, like a lack of justice, right? Or like a lack of equilibrium, or a lack of balance, or a lack of fairness. It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair. Something that's not fair, you lose out, and it's not fair that you lose out. You're worried about that. That's why you're holding off. You're apprehensive of that. You don't think it's fair. You don't want something to not be fair to you in the future. It's self-preservation. Trying not to get hurt. Especially with that Ten of Swords here, you've gotten hurt, or you've hurt somebody, or you... I don't mean physically, I mean you... Or there's pain that you're healing. You're trying not to revisit that, or not revisit, repeat mistakes, or repeat the same old routine. The more we change, everything stays the same. You're trying not to repeat the same thing, so you're being apprehensive and slow with your action. Because you don't want to end up with another Ten of Swords. You want to make sure that something is fair and equitable, because you don't want to be defeated by it. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose something. That's why you're moving slow with it. You don't want to lose something in an unjust way, or an unfair way. Last card for you, Sag. I wasn't even going to, you know, do signs that I'd already read in February, but I guess I'm just going to, because I'm trying to be fair. So, what else? Too late, all gone. When we change, everything stays the same. And then you have another 10. Okay. Because the responsibility and burden of something, you feel that the burden would be too great, like it would be the straw that breaks the camel's back, or like there'd be too much of a weight on your shoulders, or there would be too much of a weight on somebody else's shoulders. A lot of responsibility, a lot of heaviness. heaviness. It's somebody's like got this like feeling, because there's a lot of finality here with these two tens. It's almost like saying like the tens, like these are the two negative tens, if you have to call them negative. These are two negative tens. A 10 of swords and a 10 of wands in the upright. And it's almost like it's like your last chance to, you know, see this 9 of cups through, to right injustice, to avoid loss and defeat, to finally win. Be trying to finally win. And trying to do it in a certain way so that you don't repeat the same thing and end up with pain and heaviness. Overall energy, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. A lack of contract, a lack of offer, a lack of beginning on the material plane. Not always has to do with money, but something not beginning. An initiation of sorts that didn't come through, or just a beginning in some sense. This is a really cryptic reading. What are the signs we're dealing with here, Sag? Yeah, Pisces, Leo, Pisces. You're definitely dealing with this during Pisces season. What are your messages? Okay. 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 There we have it. Oh, I finally got some different words for somebody. Wow. All right, Sag. Maybe you know what this is talking about, and you don't have to tell anybody. I don't know what it's talking about, but you know what? That's not for me to know. That's for you to know. If this made any sense to you, go like this. If you like what I do, because you've been seeing me do it for a while, you can subscribe, and we'll see you when we see you next. Okay? Take care of yourself. Bye. Okay, bye.